Remember the previous WD-40 video that blew up the views? The one where everyone called it liquid gold for squeaky hinges, stuck zippers, and old stickers? Today brings something even better. This new batch of WD-40 hacks goes beyond simple fixes. These are stories from real households and workshops, where WD-40 rescued items thought lost, solved everyday frustrations, and saved hundreds of dollars. From kitchen mishaps to garage disasters, from outdoor adventures to delicate heirlooms, these tricks will make anyone rethink the little blue can entirely. Some of these hacks are so practical, they could change routines overnight. Let's dive in. 1. Lint-free candle removal. One household had a candle spill disaster in a cherished glass holder. Wax dripped down the sides, forming stubborn layers that resisted every sponge and scraper. After spraying WD-40 and letting it sit briefly, the wax peeled away like a sticker. In another example, a craft store owner faced the same problem with demo candle jars in the shop. A quick mist of WD-40 removed wax residue, saving dozens of display items from disposal. The trick works because wax clings to micropores in glass. WD-40 penetrates between wax molecules and the surface, disrupting adhesion. A light spray, brief wait, and gentle lift with a paper towel is all it takes. A follow-up rinse with dish soap ensures the glass is residue-free and ready for reuse. Instead of buying replacements, both home and shop users avoided unnecessary costs and waste. 2. DIY grease earring shine. A grandmother inherited vintage gold earrings coated in decades of grime. Jewelers quoted $60 for a cleaning, but a quick WD-40 application with a microfiber cloth restored their sparkle overnight. The heirlooms looked brand new, ready for display or daily wear. In another story, a young collector had costume jewelry from estate sales. WD-40 removed layers of tarnish and dirt without harsh abrasives, revealing intricate details. Using it on select pieces preserved their integrity, saving significant restoration costs. This mild solvent works on metals by dissolving oils and dirt. After wiping, a proper jewelry cleaner ensures safe wear. For families with sentimental items, this method brings cherished pieces back into circulation rather than leaving them forgotten in drawers. 3. Fog-resistant car mirrors. Early morning commuters often battle fogged side mirrors. In one case, a family with teen drivers sprayed WD-40 on mirrors, leaving them clear for hours. The hydrophobic layer prevents condensation from forming, keeping visibility intact. Bathroom mirrors, shower doors, and even glass tabletops benefit similarly. Overspray should be avoided and surfaces wiped dry. A local delivery driver found the same hack prevented repeated mirror fogging during winter shifts. No expensive anti-fog products were necessary. 4. Super hydrophobic flower pots. Terracotta pots often trap moisture, leaving plant roots soggy. Spraying WD-40 inside the pot forms a hydrophobic barrier, improving drainage while keeping the plant breathable. One plant enthusiast applied it to a collection of herbs and flowering plants, reporting healthier growth and fewer root rot issues. Another gardener used it on large outdoor planters, seeing immediate improvement in water runoff during heavy rain. Only the interior surface should be treated, avoiding contact with soil. This method prolongs plant life, reduces replacement costs, and enhances growth. 5. Bike pedal anti-rock group cyclists often encounter squeaky pedals. Spraying WD-40 on pedal axles penetrates metal joints, loosening grime and reducing friction. One cycling club member described rides where previously noisy pedals became silent, allowing smoother, more comfortable trips. Another example involves a mountain biking enthusiast whose pedal squeaks annoyed fellow riders. After a few spins post-spray, the noise disappeared, proving the hack's efficiency. Chains should be treated with proper bike grease for long-term use, as WD-40 can strip lubrication. 6. Concrete paint preventer. Garage floors and art projects often suffer from sticky, peeling paint. A DIY painter used WD-40 as a barrier on small test areas, preventing paint from bonding to concrete. When the project was complete, cleanup was effortless, and no flaking paint remained. A mural artist employed the same method to create temporary street art installations. WD-40 allowed designs to peel away cleanly after public display. Its role as a release agent works by blocking concrete pores, preventing unwanted adhesion. 7. Teflon pan sticker removal. Non-stick pans can trap hardened sugars or syrups. In one kitchen, a honey spill formed a rock-hard layer. A light drizzle of WD-40 softened the mess, allowing removal without scratching the Teflon surface. Restaurants have used the same trick on caramelized desserts stuck to non-stick pans. After spraying and gentle scrubbing, cookware remained pristine, saving replacement costs and reducing downtime. Always rinse thoroughly before food contact. 8. Quiet keyboard keys. Late-night typists know the frustration of noisy keyboards. A WD-40 straw nozzle directed under keys reduces micro-friction, quieting typing. A freelancer reported being able to work late without waking family members. Another story involves a small office where staff complained of clacking keys. A minimal application on critical points significantly reduced noise and prolonged key life. Electronics should be off during application to prevent damage. 9. Flick-free matchboxes. Matchboxes often fail due to moisture or residue on the striking surface. WD-40 restores the friction needed for ignition. Scouts and campers have used this hack to ensure quick fire starting in damp conditions. In one survival course, instructors applied it to demonstration matchboxes, ensuring reliable performance for students during rainy sessions. 10. Rubber tire shine. Basketball, tennis, and car tires lose grip when coated in dirt. WD-40 restores tackiness by dissolving grime. In a school gym, worn basketballs regained surface grip. A recreational soccer player found the same effect on cleats, improving game performance. 11. Vinyl record static stopper. Analog audio enthusiasts often battle static and dust. WD-40 applied with microfiber cloth neutralizes charges attracting debris. One collector revived decades-old records to near-original sound. Another vintage store used the method to prepare records for resale, improving customer satisfaction. Always dry completely before spinning. 12. Clean paneled heaters. Dust accumulation on baseboard heaters reduces airflow and efficiency. WD-40 wipes away existing dust and creates a temporary dust-repelling surface. A family noticed better heat circulation and slightly lower bills during winter. Another homeowner restored antique radiator covers using the same method, preserving metal and color. 13. Survival Tinder Booster. Emergency campers or hikers often face wet wood. A small WD-40 application to cotton pads or kindling allows flames even in damp conditions. One backpacking group avoided a cold night outdoors thanks to this method. Another survival instructor includes it in emergency kits for demonstration purposes. Only use outdoors and in controlled situations. 14. Garden gnome shine. Outdoor ornaments accumulate moss, dirt, and weathering. A light WD-40 application restores color vibrancy. One child's birthday gnome was transformed, delighting the family. A local nursery used the same trick on display figurines, improving customer impressions. 15. Sculpture and metal polish. Bronze and metal sculptures often dull with time. WD-40 quickly restores shine. Artists reported client pieces achieving immediate presentation quality without commercial polish. Collectors used it for maintenance, saving both cost and effort. 16. Stick-free ice cube trays. A family struggled with ice trays that refused to release cubes. Spraying a thin layer of WD-40 on the underside of the tray allowed the cubes to pop effortlessly. In another household, a college student noticed their reusable silicone trays often froze solid. WD-40 acted as a barrier, saving time and preventing spills. After rinsing thoroughly, the ice was perfectly safe to use. Restaurants and cafes have used the same method for large volume ice cube trays, reducing labor and breakage. 17. Sticker residue removal on laptops. A new laptop often comes with price tags that leave behind sticky residue. One office worker applied WD-40 to a microfiber cloth and wiped off stubborn labels in seconds. Estate sale collectors have used the same hack on vintage typewriters and metal gadgets, leaving surfaces spotless without scratches. The trick works on phone cases, containers, and packaging, saving time and preserving surfaces. 18. Paintbrush rejuvenator. Old brushes caked with dried acrylic or latex paint can be salvaged. A local art teacher soaked brushes overnight in WD-40, then rinsed with warm water. Bristles regained flexibility and color pickup. Hobbyists also reported that craft brushes used for resin or epoxy responded similarly, allowing them to extend the life of expensive supplies. This method reduces waste and keeps favorite brushes ready for the next project. 19. Shoe waterproofing boost. Leather and synthetic shoes often lose water resistance after prolonged use. Spraying a light layer of WD-40 restores water repellency without damaging the material. A commuter in Seattle shared that rainy mornings no longer ruin shoes, while a hiker applied it to trekking boots for a weekend trail trip, noticing less water seepage and faster drying times. Polishing afterward maintained appearance while boosting performance. 20. Garden tool rust prevention rakes. Hoes, shovels, and pruners often develop rust after seasonal storage. WD-40 applied with a rag removes surface rust and creates a moisture barrier. A backyard gardener reported smoother operation of pruners, while a small landscaping business used it on frequently rented tools to prevent deterioration between uses. WD-40 saves money by reducing replacement frequency and keeps tools ready for immediate use. 21. Sticky window tracks. Cleaner sliding windows often jam due to dirt and dust accumulation. WD-40 applied along the tracks loosens debris, restoring smooth movement. One homeowner noted that sliding glass doors previously difficult to open glided effortlessly after cleaning. A property manager used the same hack across multiple rental units, reducing maintenance complaints significantly. 22. Jewelry box. Lock lubrication. Antique jewelry boxes often have stiff locks. Spraying a small amount of WD-40 on internal mechanisms restored smooth operation. One collector described opening a century-old box that hadn't been used in decades. The key turned effortlessly without damage. Similar effects were reported with vintage suitcase locks and cabinet locks, ensuring delicate mechanisms remain functional. 23. Camping tent zipper fix. Stiff or jammed tent zippers can ruin a camping trip. WD-40 lightly sprayed along the teeth allows smooth operation. A scout troop leader shared that tents zipped easily even after months of storage in humid conditions. Another hiker used it during a rainy weekend trip, avoiding torn fabric or frustrated hands. 24. Flashlight contact cleaner. Old or battery-leaking flashlights often fail to light. WD-40 sprayed on metal contacts restores conductivity. Emergency kit testers used it to bring neglected flashlights back to life, ensuring reliable light in power outages or nighttime hikes. A camping enthusiast reported that even vintage lanterns benefited from this simple trick. 25. Car door jam freeze protector. During winter, car doors can freeze shut. Spraying WD-40 along rubber seals prevents ice adhesion. A driver in Minnesota reported smooth door operation even after heavy snowfall. Another commuter used it on a fleet of vehicles, reducing the need for scraping and emergency lockouts. 26. Rusty screws revival. Forgotten screws in decks, furniture, or sheds often seize due to rust. WD-40 penetrates the threads, loosening them without stripping the head. A DIY enthusiast recounted restoring old wooden furniture with minimal effort. Similarly, a small handyman business found it improved workflow on multiple projects, avoiding costly screw replacements. 27. Stubborn glove separation. Paint-stained rubber gloves often stick together. WD-40 separates them easily, preventing tears. Artists and painters reported faster prep time, while schools with art programs noticed less glove wastage, saving supplies and money. 28. Fishing gear maintenance. Saltwater and freshwater fishing gear rust easily. WD-40 prevents corrosion on reels, hooks, and lures. A weekend angler noted smoother reel operation and longer gear life, while a commercial guide outfitted a fleet of rods and reels for tourists, drastically reducing maintenance costs. 29. DIY art project release agent hot glue or clay often sticks to molds. WD-40 sprayed lightly allows easy demolding without breakage. Crafting enthusiasts shared success stories with resin figures, soap molds, and candle projects. Schools and workshops also use the technique to prevent student frustrations. 30. Fridge door seal protector. Old refrigerator seals can dry out and crack, reducing efficiency. WD-40 lightly applied restores flexibility and prevents leaks. One family noticed their fridge doors closed more easily and kept food colder for longer. A small appliance repair shop recommended the trick for clients with vintage fridges, extending life and reducing energy costs. WD-40 hacks that have been tested in real-life scenarios. All practical, all saving money, all solving common problems. Share in the comments. Which one blew your mind? The most creative stories might be featured in the next video. Subscribe for more expert tips, hacks, and frugal solutions.